Give me an example of a company or what a company does. An example of people getting it right, first of all, and then I'll ask you for
Sure.
an example of a company getting it wrong.
Brilliant one. Yeah, you're right. I won't mention the brands, but look,
No.
a company getting it right is when it's when the CEO or the MD, the leader, takes charge and
Right.
says, I want to create a place where people flourish and they can grow, and I can help them with their personal development growth. Because now there's a lot of focus on people want to grow, mentally, physically. So if you think, there's a lot of organizations who create environments where you can go and take a break, do some physical exercise, but also then go and do a bit of meditation or do a bit of stress relief,
Mm. Mm.
in, whether it's reading or they provide a lot of different opportunities for people to flourish at work. Now, look, culture isn't just giving, a fruit basket every week and saying, look, we're giving you fruit, eat healthy. It's an entire organization coming behind a change, that all the leaders are there to help people grow and retain talent, and they feel good coming to work, and they feel very passionate. And why this becomes really important, and I'll come to a couple of examples where it's been pretty poor, but why it's becoming really important to focus on culture. Only 30% of people thrive at work. That's a known fact.
Okay.
Yeah, all the data, all the research that's out there shows about 30% of people thrive. That means 70% of people coming to your office or coming to work, they're not thriving. Then it's about, how do you define thriving? And
Mm.
as a leader, how do you want to take your team to that place? And that takes a culture shift. It's all about organizational culture. Where it's bad, if you think, there are a lot of uh, public services in many, many markets who operate a poor culture. Poor culture means there's very little inclusivity. There's a lot of still them and us. There's a lot of blame culture. If you get something wrong, people fear talking about they've got something wrong because they fear the consequence, and or the results, or they think they're going to get fired. That sort of culture is a very toxic culture. And in today's world, that doesn't work anymore.